There is no way around it. Men have a little advantage when it comes to mastering life compared to Sigma men. They are survivors and problem solvers by nature, able to adjust to any circumstance. But occasionally, even that power can work against them, causing them to make some errors that they wish they could undo along the way. Like the majority of Sigma men, you probably had to learn some difficult lessons the hard way. However, it's never too late to learn something new and incorporate it into your life. Here are 9 important life lessons that some Sigma men discover far too late. Fear of being unique ranks first. Differentiation is not the same as weirdness. Because they frequently differ from other guys, Sigma males have felt like misfits for a long time. Some males in the Sigma community should accept their differences as strengths rather than striving to change who they are. After all, one of their distinguishing characteristics is precisely what draws strong, independent women to them. Although there is some validity to the adage that there is power in numbers, it is not always the case. In fact, being unique can sometimes be advantageous. Consider it in this manner. It's simple for someone to disappear into the crowd and go unnoticed when everyone is acting in the same way. But if you're unique, you'll probably stick out. That might be advantageous or detrimental, depending on your viewpoint. Being unique is something that some people view negatively, as they believe it makes them strange or abnormal. The truth is that being unique isn't necessarily a bad thing. In this world of sheep, having it may be advantageous. A mature Sigma male makes the most of his distinction and frequently outperforms his contemporaries in achievement. Therefore, don't be frightened to stand out. It might turn out to be your best decision ever. Of course, being unique does not need you to behave completely bizarrely. There is a distinction between acting unconventionally and disregarding all rules. Do yourself a favor and restrain yourself from going overboard with it if you want people to consider your distinctive qualities seriously. Identify strategies to profit from your distinctiveness without going overboard. Second, it's not always as smart to overthink things. The majority of men in Sigma have analytical minds, which can be useful in some circumstances. For instance, it can assist people in reaching wise decisions or resolving challenging issues. However, their propensity for overanalyzing situations can occasionally work against them and result in unwise decisions or undesirable outcomes. When there is no true reason to be concerned, overthinking can also result in excessive tension and worry. Later, when things don't turn out the way they had hoped, this can generate feelings of regret and sorrow. Some Sigma men need to learn how to find the right balance between using their intellect to constructive endeavors and expending excessive mental effort worrying about unimportant matters. Try some of these suggestions to assist you in maintaining attention and preventing overthinking. Take regular pauses from your obligations to unwind and rest. Either take a stroll or read a book. If a problem is making you stressed out, try breaking it up into smaller, more manageable bits. The aspects involved won't overwhelm you, and you can concentrate on one thing at a time. Try to talk yourself out of unpleasant ideas and focus on more useful or positive ones if you have a tendency to worry about hypothetical events that are unlikely to occur. In some circumstances, overthinking can be beneficial, but if you're not careful, it can also result in a variety of issues. So be careful to avoid developing this bad habit. The third point is that you always miss the shots you don't take. There is no such thing as failure when it comes to success. At least not in the conventional sense, as every failure and disappointment can be viewed as an additional teaching moment. A second chance to try and increase your chances the following time. But adopting this attitude also entails taking chances and being vulnerable, even if you're not quite certain about the result. Male Sigmas are noted for their aptitude for analysis and problem solving. So, for some of them, taking big chances can be challenging. But as the cliché goes, you miss 100 out of every 100 shots you don't take. If you're constantly looking for the right time or opportunity, you might find that you never do anything at all. You must develop the ability to accept uncertainty and face fresh difficulties with a sense of wonder and adventure. Naturally, this does not imply being thoughtless or reckless. You still need to conduct your research and choose wisely and deliberately. However, you should occasionally be willing to take a risk, even if it means making mistakes or encountering setbacks. So bear in mind that success comes to those who are prepared to take chances and keep going forward if you're feeling trapped in a rut or overwhelmed by life's problems. So don't be scared to aim high and pursue your goals, because you never know what you might accomplish if you don't even attempt. Instead of waiting for the ideal opportunity, take the shot now. You might be shocked by what you manage to do. 4. Believing that you are purposeless. Finding a sense of direction in life can be one of the most difficult things for some Sigmas to do when they are young. Whether they are still attempting to define who they are or are having a difficult time waiting for the ideal match to appear. To create significant objectives and pursue your aspirations, you don't need to feel like you have your life together or all the answers. Before developing the fortitude to follow their hearts and pursue what they genuinely desire, many of the world's most successful people struggled through moments of doubt, bewilderment, and self-doubt. Therefore, it's time to change your perspective from what you don't have to what you do if you're having trouble finding purpose or feeling lost. Rather than wallowing in the agony of trying to determine where you belong or what your life's purpose is, why not begin defining objectives and taking action right away? If you're still having trouble identifying your inherent talents or even understanding what it is that makes you happy, there are many resources and tools available that can be helpful. However, keep in mind that your feeling of purpose doesn't have to be connected to a specific calling if all else fails and you still feel lost. Instead, you can take several distinct paths and pursue multiple passions. Keep in mind that your dreams and goals can be anything you want them to be. So why not put more of your attention on creating memories along the road rather than fretting about what your life's purpose is? Choose to be content with the direction your ambitions are leading you, since your feeling of purpose is what you make it. Life isn't always fair, which is number 5. Because so many Sigma men value justice and morality, they frequently anticipate a just and equitable world. And yet, despite their best efforts, the universe frequently behaves in an unexpected manner. They may occasionally become frustrated if life doesn't turn out the way they had hoped, or angry when events don't go as planned. However, these Sigma males must understand that although life isn't always fair, it isn't designed to be. We frequently find ourselves in novel and unexpected situations in our chaotic world, situations that occasionally defy reason or common sense. And while this may make us appear dissatisfied and perplexed on the outside, it never should stop us from being who we truly are on the inside. So if you're one of those Sigmas who finds it difficult to comprehend why life doesn't follow your predetermined rules, rather than letting it bring you down, keep in mind that sometimes horrible things just happen for no reason at all. If you concentrate on how you want your life to develop, you could be pleasantly surprised by what you learn along the way. 6th, how other people view you is not your concern. Certainly, Sigmas are frequently misunderstood or attacked for who they are. However, some of these Sigma guys are unaware that how other people view you is not in your control. Even if someone doesn't share your principles, interests, or life choices, that doesn't give them the right to condemn you or minimize your convictions. And while it may be easier said than done, it's crucial that you avoid letting other people's views or deeds influence who you are as a person. No matter how people may respond to your decisions, make sure to keep standing up for what matters to you and staying true to who you are. Go for it if doing so requires wearing what you want to or expressing your feelings. Keep in mind that no one can make you change who you are on the inside, so don't let others try. After all, nobody else will have faith in you if you don't. There's a reason why Sigma men are frequently referred to be the world's lone wolves. And although living alone can occasionally feel lonely in this superficial society, peace and freedom make up for it because you are only accountable to yourself and the way you choose to conduct yourself. Whether your personality is more at home in alone or away from the crowd, what makes you distinctive is your personality. You are a Sigma guy, not an alpha male, so quit caring what people think. 7th, your biggest strengths could be your biggest weakness at times. Despite the fact that they possess many wonderful traits that define who they are, Sigma men, they also have a few drawbacks. For example, these men frequently exhibit independence and self-assurance. It frequently results in people being overly harsh on themselves when things don't go as planned. They may become reluctant to ask for assistance or support when they do, which just serves to support the notion that they are independent of others. High personal standards and tenacious drive are fantastic assets, but if they aren't tempered with compassion and self-love, they can easily turn into disadvantages. To prevent this, you must realize that going together makes it possible to travel farther than going alone if you wish to move quickly. 8th, when talent fails to work hard, hard work triumphs. No matter how gifted or accomplished you are, you will never reach your full potential if you are not prepared to put up the effort and dedication required to succeed. If they want to achieve their goals and realize their full potential, Sigma guys need to learn this lesson early in life. Of course, this does not imply that you must be a workaholic who spends every waking moment slogging toward your objectives. It simply means that you should direct your time and effort into accomplishing your goals if you desire something deeply enough. This can entail skipping a few parties or putting aside other distractions in order to achieve your goals. Working your way up demands commitment, determination, and focus, but if you're willing to put in the effort, no amount of talent will be able to stop you from achieving your objectives and developing into the man you've always envisioned yourself to be. The 9th point is that delight is stolen by comparison. You've probably heard the proverb, "Comparison is the thief of joy." It's a well-known proverb that resonates with many people, including male Sigmas. We frequently evaluate our own worth or value by comparing ourselves to others, but we don't know how detrimental this habit may be to our self-esteem and ability to experience true happiness. The comparison is frequently a big factor in the uncertainty and self-doubt that many immature Sigma males experience. When you evaluate yourself in relation to others, you frequently concentrate on their differences from you. It might make you feel inferior or unworthy based on their beauty, their achievements, or their fame. However, the reality is that everyone has certain talents and weaknesses, so rather than attempting to outdo one another, we should concentrate on our own personal growth and make an effort to better ourselves in our own ways. This can be accomplished by making and completing objectives, developing new skills and talents, or just by being present and appreciative of what we already have. Therefore, if you find yourself continuously comparing yourself to others, attempt to turn your attention within and away from them. Since we are all ultimately attempting to be our best selves, there is no purpose in competing with others. And that's reason for celebration. Not compare ourselves to others because everyone's journey and goal are different. Don't let comparison rob you of joy as you travel.